everybody. We're here today. I'm Ann Samoylov. This is Marie. I will keep her anonymity, just as I have the other folks. We were just joking today. Nicole, I told her, I said, because she's a super girl, I wanted to keep her true identity. Marie is the creator, owner, brains behind Worldette.com. And we'll put that link below so you can just go check her out. She has an amazing, beautiful site and lots of really cool, I love the writing on the site. I love the articles. It's very diverse and it feels like such a world brand, like a global brand. Even, oh my goodness, I hear crazy noises outside my house. Okay. Well, hopefully that won't happen again. So anyways, I've invited Marie here today because you were in the first round of Fearless Launching. Yeah. And Marie went through lots of different changes, and she first kind of streamlined what was happening on her site and got like an editor. I think you hired an editor at some point during the middle of the summer. And then you started planning like your first launch, which was there's somebody outside my window. The fall. It's amazing. Like, we've tried to do this call like several times. Yeah. And someone's like right here. Okay. So I just want to know, why did you initially sign up for Fearless Launching way back then?
I'd actually gone through the Creating Fame course. So I had got my business together. I had my website going. I had content going. Things were looking good on the front of the site. I had readers coming over. But I had no products to offer. I had a ton of ideas, but nothing was going out there. And really, as I kept telling myself, which didn't help me with my confidence, but if you don't have products to offer, you're not a business, you're just a hobby. So I had to get over that leap and take that it was a big leap actually, to start putting offers out and putting products out. But I needed to start putting offers out. And also, being an editor, I was perhaps a little bit arrogant. I thought I knew how to put things together. I knew how to package content. I knew how to make it look good and give it to my readers. But when we got into the course, it's so different on the web. It was that I had to take that course. There's no way I could have done it without taking the course.
But I will say that you do know how, the great thing that you walked in the doors with was that ability to manage all those pieces, because, when you're at a magazine, it's the same. There's just different pieces. Yeah. There's different moving pieces. So having that ability right away does help you. But you're right. When you're launching and you're the creator of it, it's kind of a different story than, it's a little bit overwhelming. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say what I also liked about the course as we got into it was that you give very practical advice on what tools to use and what applications, what actually works, which that would have taken me forever to figure out. So where I may have had sort of the background of managing a big project, I didn't know what tools to use, and that saved me so much time. That was a big help.
Yeah. You know what? It's interesting because that first round, there were a lot of people who really enjoyed those. And then the second round, there were people that were a little more they had been through B school and they'd gone through all these tech trainings. So I found it interesting, the difference between those. But I do still stand by most of those tools. And sure, there are things that come and go, but at least that's the bare minimum for everything. That will work. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted by the sound behind me. I think someone's turning off water, because that's my water pipes. And we'll have a little spray of action in a moment here, probably. Hopefully not at my head. So I think that the main thing that I would love for you to share is so you made some changes to your site. You got somebody else to focus on bringing in the different writers and managing all that. And at what point did you realize what you wanted to launch first? That's the summit, basically. At what point?
I decided to launch that it was September. So I called it the end of summer party. And I chose the summit specifically because as you teach, before you do a launch, you have to decide on what your goals are of the launch. Okay, you don't just fire something out there. And my goal, more than actually making money from my launch, was to get more publicity out there. and to get more people to my site. And a summit is the best way to do that. It was such a great way to align myself to the people my kind of peers that I want them to know about me. I could send them an email and say, hey, do you want to come on my summit? So it got attention from them. It got attention from their readers. It got all my readers together for the first time. You know, before they were all reading my website all over the world, but it was the first time we actually brought them all together and got them chatting. So yeah, I chose the summit because I needed publicity more than money, which I think you'll find you get from a summit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a good way, obviously, you know, when you're bringing eyes to your site, it's like a great way to build your list. And, you know, I have definitely heard, by the way, and you might want to think about this for this time around, that like doing like practically doing like 2 free launches or things where you know that's all you're doing is you're like building visibility, building your list, those are the best things to do a couple times a year even.
Yeah. Oh, we're definitely doing one again this year. I will make some changes to it, but yeah, it's such a great thing to do. And like I say, it brings your audience together, and it's fun when they all start to come together. It takes on a movement of itself.
Yeah.
The chat starts happening, and the whole time you can be surveying them, you can be asking them questions. So while you're doing the summit, you can be giving ideas of what you want for your next launch. So there's a lot of like leveraging you can do with a summit.
You know, I didn't think about that actually, Marie. That is really wow. Hold on. Oh my gosh, seriously. I didn't realize that was going to be happening. I'm so sorry,
sure.
Marie. Well, that'll be funny. I will. It'll be like a comic relief, you know. But bringing your audience together, I think that's so great because you're right. You were like they were all consuming the content, but they weren't together consuming something, and that is such a key thing and a key part of like building a movement, getting like that tribe feeling, that thing that you learned in creating fame about building a tribe, really.
Yeah, and I could tell because I had 10 interviewees. Some of those got so much interaction after. We had a Facebook group, and some of those I knew that, okay, that topic there, we've got to push further with this one. Whereas other topics which I thought would have been a great hit, they were like, yeah, okay, I had some comments on them. But it really highlights which topics are going to work for you, and you can use that to launch a product after.
No, I think that is great. I didn't, these are all really interesting things that I didn't even think about. So when the next round of people come into the alum group, you're going to have to share that if they haven't done summits yet. Okay, so let me just see. What do I have here? Okay, so
if I can just add to what you've just said, if you said if they haven't done summit yet, I think if you're in the online marketing world, summits have become, there's so many of them. I tend not to sign up to them anymore unless there's one speaker in there, and I'll literally go in, listen to that speaker and come out again. So if you are going to do a summit, you have to get very smart with it, I think. And I would recommend to have a very tight topic. Like don't just think I'm going to bring 10 people on and we're all going to chat. I would have a very tight topic that answers the needs of your audience. Or I would try and think of a way to make it different. Like I was thinking, perhaps this is one idea I was thinking for my next summit, was perhaps to have like 5-minute chats only, like it's a 5-minute summit. So it's got a real ring. Give it a good title. Yeah. Because
get the URL now before I post this live. That is awesome. I love it. I love that. I think you're right.
Because we're tired of them. We're a bit tired of them. But if you're in the marketing world, if your readership is not, which mine isn't, and when I did it last year, for a lot of them, it was the first time they'd ever seen a summit. That's good. I can do another one this year, and I think it will be fine. But get clever and get a bit smart with how you approach it.
I love it. Love it. Yeah, I definitely agree about turning things around and making it your own. I do the same thing with summits. I do not usually sign up for them unless there's like one person I want to hear, and then more times than I can even count, I end up not even making it. So I definitely, and it's just a time thing, but I think you're right. If you've got one of those like markets or groups of people that are not generally online or they're super new to the world, it could be perfect. Yeah. So what else, I'd love it if you I know before I've asked a few other people about this, but I want to know what your experience has been since you were in both rounds, really, like how has that been for you, just even inside the community? Because for me, that was a totally unexpected benefit that has just grown, and it's still very active. It's always active.
It is, yeah. No, the community has been worth the money and more to join the course. It's amazing. After my first summit, which I had to have a lot of support to get to that point, and I was watching the other people in the group launching, so that was excellent. After I launched, I was absolutely exhausted. Like I burnt out, which I won't do again. It was like a schoolgirl error. I burnt myself out, but the group was there to say, it's okay, and they supported me through it, and they got me back online, because I really did burn out for a month or more. It was not a cool way to launch, but it was the group that helped me through that, and they've been excellent. If I have any problems, I have to before I go to the group, I have to tell myself, you can use Google first, It's such a supportive group.
I love it.
Any techie questions, any of the emotional side behind launching too, it's all there. I love it.
Yeah.
And we've become friends, and we've done business together too now, which is excellent. It's such a great group.
Yeah, I agree. And it's just, I think we've been lucky. Everybody has really meshed well together in there. I think just the nature of the course, that it's not like super, I don't know, it attracts the right people that are all very, very varied in like their backgrounds and the way that they are and what businesses they have, but they all seem to come together. Everybody.
I think everybody's willing to learn. Some groups you're going and there's a bit of, you get people that think they know it all, but in the group, in Fearless Launching, everybody's prepared to learn, and we all come with such different skills. Mm-hmm. So we all bring something different to the group, and it works. You're right. It is really good.
That's why I changed, by the way, the marketing this year, even so that, because I'm finding that this group is not just community, it's a mastermind group. That is what it is, for sure. So it's very cool. Very cool. Okay. So what is something random? This is a fun question. What's something random you'd like to share about the group? Like something funny, or me, even if you want to out me on any way, for anything, like, just something that people wouldn't expect or know about.
Is this
it can be personal. Huh? Yes, it's going to be on YouTube.
Okay. We gotta be careful then, because there have been some funny conversations in there. There was one recently, and I was laughing all day reading this one. It kept going on. I don't want to mention that one. Something random.
So believe me, there are some unsavory conversations as well, but they're funny too.
Yeah, there are. I mean, that's all I can think about now, and I don't want to.
I know. Now I'm thinking about them too.
I don't know what to
say. Okay, well, I guess that answers it. It's those secret. It's those secret conversations that you can only have if you come into the clubhouse.
What happens in Fearless Launching stays in Fearless Launching.
Yeah, I mean, and all this is like, I definitely don't want to bring a downer to the conversation, but we've lost someone even last year, and that was earlier this year. Last year? Oh my gosh. Yes.
It was last year.
Yeah. And it was kind of took all of our breaths away for a little bit. We didn't really know how to process it. And so the fact that we did have each other to process it with was very helpful, because I think
it made me realize. Sorry, it made me realize how close the group actually became. Because I know if I'm offline for a while, I do get emails from people saying, "Are you okay? Like, where have you gone?" Which is so nice.
Yeah,
because you don't expect to join a group on launching, which is very technical, but it can be technical. You don't expect to have literal life support, emotional support, which is what it is. And,
life support. It's launch life support.
Life support. More than just launching.
That is hilarious. I love that. And then this is the last question, like, what is like something that you would say to somebody who's like maybe on the edge of like joining or enrolling, or they're like, this sounds right for me, I don't know. Is there something that you would say to someone about Fearless Launching, about the program, about the whole experience? I never like to say, because honestly, like I would be fine if like I don't want to say I don't want people to open up the members area, but sometimes I feel like there's learning experience everywhere on so many levels. But
I would apply, I think what I said earlier about being an editor, and I thought I knew it all. I mean, I did think I knew how to put things together and put it out there and make, ship it and stuff, but I did not know. And unless you've done the launch, you don't know. So doing the summit for me the first time was the biggest learning experience ever. Like I said, I crashed at the end. I won't do that again. And there were so many things I won't do again. And my launch now it's been so breezy, it's been so easy. And breezy and easy. Even if you think you can launch, or maybe if you've launched before, the support you get in the group will make your next launches so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And think what you get from it. I mean, what will you get? You will either get the exposure or you will get extra sales, which every business needs.
Yeah, either way, it's going to lead down the road. And like, one thing that I love that Nicole said, and I keep mentioning her because you guys, your videos will go up on the same day. But like the one thing I like is like, you just have to keep plugging away at it, Like even there were several people in the group who weren't getting their thing out and weren't getting it done. Were having lots of breakdowns, like technically in their life and whatever. And like, they just kept plugging away little piece, little piece, little piece, little piece. And then, I mean, I was so proud of Nicole this last couple of weeks, seeing her finally do that, because she has been so helpful to many of the people in the group.
Yeah, she has. Hi, Nicole, when you're watching this.
Hi, Nicole, we're talking about you.
Yeah. But what I noticed also with launching is that this is emotional, but it brings up so many like blockages and fears in your own life. Like you're putting something out, and that can be scary. Even if you think you're a confident person, even if you've published magazines many, many times and seen your name in print, putting something out that's very personal to you is hard, or it's been hard for me. And the group's been great for that. And like we have to keep encouraging each other every now and again and say, it's fine, solve that person, it's fine, push on, we can do it. So the group's great.
Yep. Yeah. I love that. I totally agree. I love everybody in the group, and I'm excited because this time around it's going to take a big jump. It's when the alum groups start, when the current round gets popped into the alum group, it's going to
Ooh.
So we'll see how that goes.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So I really appreciate you. We're finally connecting, and I don't think the audio stuck once today.
No, we got through it. I think we got through it.
I think we got through it. So, where's your little one, by the way? Is he around?
In the other room. I just heard a little, so we'll see what happens with him. That maybe may appear in a minute.
Yeah, we had several births during the...
we had births,
So, it's, Fearless Launching. It's a fertility stone. If you come in, you'll get pregnant.
It's like 4 weddings and a funeral.
I know. Okay, thank you so much, Marie. And,
thank you.
And I will put a link under our video so that people can contact you, find out what you're all about, see what you're all about, and maybe ask you questions.
Yeah, no problem. Send them over.
Cool.